Hello, this is Critical Information Bureau coming from Hull, England. Eyon Akumbe speaking. We are the people that bring you the truth, nothing but the truth. Because the truth is what is going to set you free. We accept no donations. Please make your donations through your interim government headed by Dr. Sako. Okay, I want to look at the issue of our restoration forces lately losing their lives. I just want to look at it from another point of view. Now, what I've heard a lot is conspiracy theories. They have been killed by Chris Anu. They have been killed by Cho Ayaba, and so on and so forth. I'm just wondering where this is actually leading, because each time we lose soldiers, it is somebody else that has done it. Why don't we look at the possibility that it might be our own failings? That is what happens in a war. That if you make a mistake, your enemy will take advantage of that mistake. Okay? So if we don't deal with this in the right way, we're going to end up losing more and more fighters. And there is a limit as to how we can go on like this. So maybe the first thing to do, rather than to start blaming each other, it's to try and find out what actually happened. Why did the soldiers lose their lives? Okay? If we can look at it from a logical standpoint, then and make sure that we understand that from a logical perspective, that is going to be more beneficial to us. If we start straight away by conspiracy and conniving, and it's the other guy who did it, it must be this guy who is doing it, then the mistakes will repeat themselves. All right. Now, I think what has happened in a lot of these fighters in their camps is that the first thing is you need to look at how the camps are. Are these camps bunkers? Do these people, do they have bunkers where they're hiding under? I mean, a house underneath the ground, a hole in the ground, tunnels. Do they live in this kind of an environment where the enemy cannot kill all of them, or are they just living in shacks above the ground? Because if you are living above the ground in a shack, then you are vulnerable. You are vulnerable to modern technology. Nothing complicated, just a household drone. Just a household drone can be your nemesis. You see, when you are living in the bushes somewhere, hidden among trees and things like that, you think that you are hiding, but a drone, a cheap $100 drone, can spot you. This I'm talking about the drones that people are using for weddings and football matches and stuff like that. For the children in the United Kingdom have these drones. Children. On Christmas Day, parents buy this drone for their 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds. They are in all the shops. Are we missing a very important piece of technology here? Okay? So basically, when La Republic spots you, they know where you are, because most of our people, let's be honest, most of our generals come out and say where they are. They said, I am General this, I am from this place, and we are winning. We just killed somebody on this road in this village. So they've pretty much told La Republic where they are. So La Republic has a rough idea. Okay, for it, they might say, NOPT is in Bui County. All right, so how do you find NOPT? You get a drone up in the air. keep flying, bring it back, fly. Even if you have to take a month to keep searching, they will find him from the air. They will see where they are. And they can work out their path to kill him. That is not, it's not a difficult problem. Okay? I think the problem is drones. And it's, I've had audios before where I've asked this interim government to buy drones. I've sent more than 3 audios out trying to get this interim government to buy drones, because I think drones are very cheap and they will offer unbelievable protection against for your forces. By looking at the whole terrain, giving your forces a bird's eye view of the whole terrain, and making sure that they don't get any surprises. There's more things that you can do with drones, but I don't think I am in a position to talk about those things. You can do your own research. The restoration forces now need drones. They do. They need drones. If you are this is 2022. If you are fighting blindly like we are, with no drones, and just praying to God and saying that we are going to win whatever, it's like a Stone Age man trying to fight against a machine gun. That is the actual difference. La Republic does not need many soldiers. They don't need as many soldiers. They need just 10 people. Let's say 10 soldiers. Even 3. Once they've located where you are, they put their camouflage and they creep onto the forest and they come towards you and they shoot you. You don't have a drone, so you can't spot them. You can't spot their movements. But they are seeing you. So the message today to the interim government is buy drones. They are cheap. Buy drones. You already have money. Buy drones. Research in drones. Once your enemy knows that you have drones, they will change their approach. They're not going to come anywhere near you. Once your enemy knows that you have drones in Southern Cameroon, that the Ambazonian restoration forces have drones and they can see them wherever they are, it will change the direction of this war. Russia is having a lot of problems against Ukraine because the Ukrainians are using drones. I know they've got the very, very expensive ones, but most of the destruction has been caused by common household drones, the ones that people use for taking wedding videos. $200, $100 to $100, $200, $300. That is the kind of drones that Ukraine is using to cause carnage to Russia. As I said, I'm not going to tell you how they are doing it, but it is normal drones. Okay? That is what Ukraine is using. In an Ambazonia, you take your drones and just survey your terrain. I would have thought by now this interim government would have had more than 50 drones. 50 drones. That is exactly, for that kind of price, I would have had powerful drones. You are dealing with a genocide situation here, and it is the tech people that are going to help you to repair La République du Cameroon. It's the tech. You got enough technology now to actually protect yourself. There's enough technology around there. You can look at your terrain on your mobile phone. Your drone is flying. You can see the video pictures of what it is looking at on your mobile phone. That is what a mobile phone is for. This is how you can use it properly. It's time for this interim government. I know I've had meetings with some members of this interim government, and I've talked about drones, and some people didn't want to even hear it. But I think the damage that drones are doing to our fighters is immeasurable. It's immeasurable. That is my opinion on this. This is how I see it. Your enemy is using drones, you use drones. Once they know that you have drones, they will have to completely change their tactic. They will have to completely change it. Okay. The second problem is camps. I have already put audio out about this, and before, if you have people in your soldiers in camps, you can't just lie on the grass on the surface of the soil, on the surface, for people to see you with their drones. You can't fight like that. You need to go on the ground. Get a spade and a pickaxe and dig yourself a room inside the ground. That is how you fight a war. Don't sit on top of the soil. Go underneath the ground. You have to bear in mind that your enemy has drones. So if this is where you sleep, go on the ground. At a certain time, go on the ground. Have people who are watching for the enemy. Just know that the enemy knows where you are with their drone. Just know. But if you are on the ground, even if he comes there, he can't do anything. You are not, he can't shoot you. You are on the ground. You are in it's called a bunker. You are in a bunker. If you are in a bunker and he comes and sees you, even if he knows where your bunker is with his drone, he comes there, he will be standing on the ground and you will be inside the ground. You have an advantage. All you need is to set a few traps or lookout posts to stop, so that if he when you see him, that is the end of it. Okay, this is something I expect the interim government and their military section, whatever they are, to start helping these children to be able to fight. Yeah, it's not politics all the time. You need some technicians to help these children. Technology is available, it is cheap, and it's time you start to implement it, okay, in the battlefield. All right? At the moment, they have no drones. La Republic can just see them, and La Republic can find a path to come and kill them. And all we are doing is blaming this other one, blaming that other one, blame the whole internet. Nobody is solving the problem. It's just blame. This one is conniving with that one. This one, just conspiracy theories, and that is not a way to fight any war. You lose. It doesn't matter how easy that war is. If you go along with that kind of a mentality, that each time they shoot someone, you have to find some culprit who is an Ambazonian, who has connived with La Republique, who is killing that person. All those complicated stories, you don't solve the problem like that. What you need to do is look at it from a scientific, physical, technological standpoint and say, okay, I had soldiers hiding in that place. How did La Republique know that they are there, and how did La Republique get there? You can blame some other person, which is fine. That is one possibility, but that cannot be the only answer. If I knew that Field Marshal was in Libyalem, I know where he is because he comes out and says where he is. I am Field Marshal and I'm in Libyalem. Okay, that is helped La Republique. Now they know where they are, so they drive close to Libyalem and they send drones there. They could take 6 months, they could take 1 year. That drone will be flying and flying. One day he will come out of his bunker or wherever it is, they will see him. Then they will start planning on how to go and kill him. Whether they are going to send somebody who is from that area or whether they know his location with drones. And it doesn't matter where you have your fighters. It doesn't matter where you have your fighters. La République just have to come 50 to 30, 40 miles away from where they are, send drones, and the drones will locate those people. It will locate them. You know, but if you have your own drones, as I've said, he's not going to come anywhere near your camp because you can see him from the distance. The old way was to put watch out posts. Okay, in the old days, you put watch out posts. You hide somebody. I think we had that in the Libyan war. You hide somebody on the roads leading to where you are, and you swap them. You know, like a lookout post, right? That's one way. You should have that as well, but you should also have drones. You should have drones. Let me tell you one thing, Southern Cameroon. Nobody can see a drone. They are too small. Some of the drones are the size of your palm. They are flying a mile up in the sky, with all the blue sky and the clouds and all the rest of it. There is no chance of seeing it. The Russians cannot see the drones coming from Ukraine. What is the What is the chance that La République will be able to see drones? They will not be able to see it. Okay, so I'm speaking to all the counties. Tell your county coordinators. I know some of them they've got problems, but tell your county coordinators that you want. If you're a fighter in Cameroon, tell your county coordinators or your LGA's heads. Tell them you need drones. I'm tired of talking to the interim government about drone. You start insisting now that we need to be able to fight effectively using modern technology. Okay? You don't want any more talking. They need to understand drones, how to use them effectively as a weapon of war. They need to be able to defend them. They need to protect you, the fighters, with drones. Okay, so I'm going to summarize this. First thing, make sure that if you are in a camp, you are underground. You are not above ground. If you stay above ground, you know the consequences. They can see you from the air. And when they approach, they'll kill you. You need to be above, you need to be underground, especially in the night. Go underground. Okay? Secondly, have drones. Have drones. Tell your LGA to buy drones. That's exactly what's going to protect you. Okay? These things are being used right now in the Ukraine war. Drones. Okay? I'm not going to say any more about this because this is getting, boring to you. Because I've done more than 4 audios on drones. But now that we are losing our troops on the battlefield, we should find a way to protect them cheaply, effectively. Once you get used to these drones, you will find a myriad of ways to use it to protect your restoration forces. This is Critical Information Bureau coming from Hall, England. Eyon Akumbe speaking. Until next time, stay safe.